My name is Chad. I'm their youngest son, Conrado Jr. Okay, by now you've probably heard stories about how my brother was a good friend, a father, but let me share a bit about my experience about him being a grandfather. First, he was always caring and thoughtful. I arrived here in the U.S. with my sister this February, but during the years I had spent in the Philippines, he never failed to ask how we were doing, how our studies were coming along, and always offered any and every type of support that he could. He would always ask this through my father, Conrado Jr. I also remember that every year we had a birthday, there would always be a greeting card and some money that came along with it. It always warmed my heart knowing that I was not being forgotten on my special day. And I'm pretty sure I can say pretty much the same for all my other cousins. Second, he was humorous. He always loved to tell jokes. He always laughed at others' jokes. He was always very jolly. Every time you came and talked with my grandfather, you wouldn't feel any hesitation, as it felt he was very easy to approach, and you would always have this light-hearted feeling with him, as if you've known him for a very long time. Third, he was very genuine. I loved talking to him. He was very easy to talk to. I loved the feeling that even when I told him of my simple achievements, his eyes would glow, he'd let out his wonderful smile, and he looked like the happiest person in the world just from hearing my story. And he'd remember that story and hold it near and dear to him. And you'd know, because the next visit, he'd ask you about the same story you told him, as if he wants to know if there was any progress with what you were doing or if you added to that experience. He always gave you his undivided attention. Fourth, he was very giving. Every time we went out to the mall or the grocery or wherever, he would always offer and insist to pay for everything. And 9 times out of 10, he did. The one time he didn't though, he'd respect you to let you spend your hard-earned money on treating him and Lola once in a while. Every time we needed something, he'd be there. He would always ask what was needed, when it was needed, and if he'd act on it in a heartbeat. I never heard him ask for anything, but he was always ready to give everything. Well, maybe except for food. He always liked asking for his favorite foods. Fifth, he was like a father. I guess that's why you called him grandfather, right? But he had a special way with us grandkids. He'd scold us, but not like how our parents did. He did it in a joking manner, but we'd know what message he was trying to send. As I said, he was easy to talk to, and at the end of the day, you'd know that his only intention was to see you reach your potential in life. And as I mentioned earlier, he always asked for our well-being, how our studies were coming along, how we were doing at our job, things dads would do. And with these simple gestures of his, you would always feel loved. And last, but certainly not the least, he was selfless. As you've heard already, he was elected as a Purok leader in the Philippines. He was well respected and loved in his area, and as my cousins who lived there mentioned, that even up to this day, people would still be asking about him and how he was doing. To be able to garner that kind of love and respect from the public is so amazing to hear. But with my grandfather, every time I was with him and Lola, I heard nothing but love for my grandmother. From getting to the car, to getting into the car, to walking along a hallway, to going to the entrance of a restaurant or a store, and as I was trying to help him get out of the car, and while my sister was with my grandmother, I heard nothing from him but, "Don't worry about me. Go and guide your Lola. Help her up the step. Carry her bag. Offer your arm while you're walking," while he carried his oxygen in his other hand. Seeing and hearing all this love and affection towards his wife made me want to be like that with my future wife. Lola, 67 years na po, di ba? Plus being boyfriend and girlfriend. To be able to love, and to love fiercely like Lola did, it must mean that he was doing something right. And I want to be like that someday. I want to share your love that you shared with me and to all the other people that I have met and will meet someday. I want to be like you, Lolo. To be humble, to be happy, to have love, and to be able to give love with all my heart. I will never forget our talks in Papa's car when it was just us two inside. I will forever cherish the wisdom and lessons that you have taught me. And I will never forget your wide-framed glasses, your encouraging smile, your 2 moles on your chin, your button-up polo, your straight slack pants and Vans shoes, and to top it off, your fedora hat. Thank you for everything, Lolo. Know that you will always be loved by many, and may you forever rest in peace. I love you, Lolo.